I'm Chris Jakimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text, actually, from my stepmom. I was like, you need to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates, and she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day, 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broke in through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired a little over a year ago, I set forth, as like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. Every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it got transformed into Lo and Behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Please welcome our very own Director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksomek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things. Back in the day, he's going to do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going no matter how hard it gets. no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're going to take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's going to help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's going to save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday night, week 10, Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. We are at Charlotte, getting ready to get the show underway. As always, you'll ride along with us. Clayton Hack in the booth with me once again this week. It's his birthday, so everyone out there wish him a happy birthday. Clayton, welcome to the show. We're getting ready to go here, man. What are you looking for at Charlotte?
Well, first, thanks for the birthday. Thanks for the happy birthday. It's, I'm getting old quick. I thank you for that. But Charlotte's, one of my most, I guess if I had a dominant track, this would probably be a top 3 for me. I seem to run really good here, and it's always the middle down, going up to the wall. I'm no expert at running against the wall, but I try to go up there as clean as I can. Seems I never can. I always get bit by the wall, so I know it can be treacherous here. But that middle down will be very fast until it slicks away, and then it's going to turn into slide jobs and putting it on the high side, trying to stay clean up there. So we could see a couple drivers, thought they were clear, but they weren't. We could see a little bit of chaos tonight, but nonetheless, we're going to see fast racing, as always, here at Friday Night Lights. But, yeah, I can only tell you about the middle down on how to run this racetrack. When it comes to the top, I don't like to go up there.
Right on. Can't wait to see how this plays out. Looks like the track is already rough, and we've only been on it less than 15 minutes of practice. And they're already bouncing around on that top side. So let's get the show underway. We'll get the cars off the track, get the drivers briefed, and get on with qualifying. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to week 10. Go over the rules real quick. If you finish on a podium, you don't show up for the photo or interview, you'll get EOL next week. 2 cautions in any race, be it a feature or heat race. You will be DQ'd from that division for that night. Intentional contact, as you know, is never acceptable. It will result in a suspension. Protests, we do have a protest process. If you think we missed something throughout the race, please send me a message in Discord. We'll take a look at that and give penalties if they are required. While riding, Be careful with wall riding here, especially at Charlotte. Call-outs on Facebook, social media, anywhere of drivers or staff of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights will never be tolerated. Blinking, first time you'll get a warning, second time EOL, third time you'll be asked to park it for the night. Incident points do count against your overall points awarded for the night. Slow for caution, the field is frozen, you're not going to improve your position, and all restarts are on the leader. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Now would be the time. All right, drivers, none heard. We will get underway. I wish you all the best luck in week 10. So we have advanced to Tight Lines Apparel, quick time qualifying. Have a passion for the great outdoors and fishing? Tight Lines Apparel has all your fishing apparel needs for the whole family, from women's to men's and youth sizes. Family owned and operated, Tight Lines Apparel has a passion for the outdoors, and everything is custom made to order, from tees to hoodies. Tight Lines Apparel is your one-stop shop for all your fishing apparel needs. Sorry about that. Act now and use code SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping on your order. That's SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping. Be sure to give them a like and follow on Facebook and Instagram and get the whole family set up with Tight Lines Apparel. Keep it tight with Tight Lines Apparel. We will get out on track. Andrew Harley in the 43 car is out on track. Good looking ride he has tonight. Charlotte is a big track. It will take the drivers a while to get around. Joseph Grandy, top of the board with a 16.250 for Grandy. Caden Berry, the youngster out of New Hampshire, with us in that 12 car, gets up into the wall in 3. Not sure this lap will count. The 5 car, Isaac Salas, Venom Racing driver, shuts it down. 16.154. Top of the board for North Dakota's Isaac Salas. 1:15 of Cale Smith. 12th quick on his first lap. Moves it up to 4th quick. 16.268 for Cale Smith. Anthony Marvulio shuts it down 13th quick. Samuel Bachman in the 007 out on track. Coming off of turn 4. See if anybody has anything for Isaac Salas. 11th quick for Bachman. Jake Henry in the 171 Gears Unlimited ride. 16th quick, 16.395. Michael Carter takes it up to P3, 16.216. Can the 15 car cut some time off of that? Coming off of turn 4 to the line. Looks like he got a little bit loose. A little bit slower, or 16.451 third quick. Billy Roberts, owner and operator of Gears Unlimited. Big shout out to Billy for all he does. Currently 11th quick, driver out of Missouri, 16.319 for Billy Roberts. Isaac Salas still at the top of the board, coming out on track. The 11 car, that is Indiana driver Jordan LaFawn. Looks like we have 2 more left to qualify. LaFawn coming off of turn 4, going to take the green flag for qualifying. Looks like he's running a middle lane in 1 and 2. Can hear the car already starting to bounce as this track starts to get rough. Coming off of turn 4 at the line. What will it be for the 11th third quick? 16.177 on his first lap. Can Jordan improve on that? No, he can't, as the time has expired. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Isaac Salas, Michael Carter on the front row. Clay Christopherson, Brandon Wright in row 2. Randy Shreves, Anthony Vitale Jr. in 3. Jake Henry and Luke Hines in row number 4. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 1. Leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind that pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the initial start is on leader. My apologies. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. 8 laps to get it done. Everyone heading to the feature. Congratulations to North Dakota's Isaac Salas with the Tight Lines Apparel Quick Time. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Well, we got through qualifying in a big hurry. It will be Isaac Salas with that 15 car to his outside. Clayton, that's a tall task. That 5 car is pretty stout on the pole here.
Yeah, my apologies. I had my microphone muted, but we have one of the most talented front rows right here, so this should be a good heat race.
We are underway. Slight advantage to the 5 car. Isaac Salas is going to hug that bottom. Clay Christopherson on the bottom side in P3. You got the 22, Brandon Wright and Randy Shreves in the 56 side by side for P4. Isaac Salas keeping in the middle. The 15 car went up high. Michael Carter lost some spots. He's going to battle it out with the 51 of Clay Christopherson coming off of 4 side by side. Isaac Salas opening up a little bit of a lead in that Venom Racing number 5 car. Now the 21 of Anthony Vitale Jr. coming into the picture. Makes a little bit of contact with, we're going to go 3 wide. That won't work. 22 car gets shuffled out of the middle there. Up front, Isaac Salas getting away from the field. Clay Christopherson, let's go on board. See what it looks like from that 51 machine as he's trying to reel in the 15, the CTM driver of Michael Carter on lap 4 of 8. Yes, the caution comes out. Like Luke Hines involved. Tonight's replay, as always, brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank.
Anthony Vitale running the middle, just cuts down. Doesn't know that the 17 of Luke Hines is there. 21 of Anthony Vitale is going to go to the rear.
It's down right in front of that 17 car. So we'll line them up and get ready to do it once again. Isaac Salas didn't want to see that caution come out. Like to thank everybody for tuning in. See the KB fan club out there on our East Coast. Thank you guys as always. Gail, good evening, ma'am. Thank you very much for tuning in. I saw Tally. Let me see who we got out there. Tally Baldwin, Landon Smith, Brian Walters out there. Tally is Cale Smith's mom. Ma'am, as always, thank you for tuning in. We're going to line them up and get ready to do it once again on this Friday night. Hope everyone out there is well. I can tell you that the weather is absolutely fantastic out here in California this evening. Sunshiny and 63 degrees.
Oh, man, it's raining and dropping into the 20s tonight.
Isaac Salas will take us back to the green flag in that 5 car. And we are back under green. Salas at the front of the field. Gets a good start over the 15. Yes, the caution came out quick. Looks like the back of the field may have not been lined up. So we'll line them back up and give it a go again. Salas, Carter, Christopherson, Shreves has moved up 1. Jake Henry up 2. Luke Hines up 2. 21 car, Brandon Wright. We saw him get shuffled out. We got 1 to go to green here. On lap 5 of 8. Hope everyone gets an extended long weekend with President's Day coming up on Monday. Isaac Salas in the 5 car. Venom Racing driver will take us to the green flag. We'll try this once again. We are back underway. 15 car, Michael Carter, he went down kind of low to take a peek. Big shout out to the Michael Carter fans out there. Randy Carter painting. Isaac Salas with a big lead, coming to 2 to go. 5 car off turn 4 at the line. 2 laps to go. Michael Carter trying to do all he can do to reel in that 5 car. Nothing working so far. Randy Shreves took a peek underneath that 51 of Clay Christopherson. Shreves back to the rear bumper in the 56. Last lap, Salas, Carter, Christopherson. Looks like we are nose to tail here at Charlotte. And that is how they will finish. Salas, Carter, Christopherson, Shreves, Henry, Wright, Hines, and Vitale Jr. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Michael Vitale, Joseph Grandy on the front row. Donald Ingram, Andrew Harley in row number 2. Samuel Bachman, Anthony Marvulio in 3. James Ingram rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the big show. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show. Good luck. I see Grandma Pete out in the audience. Ma'am, as always, another Friday night. It's great to see you out there. Roxanne cheering on Michael Carter in that number 15 machine. Michael Carter is the current points leader in the 358 modifieds. Grant Wesley is P2. Grant will not be with us tonight. Had a lightning strike back in Evansville, Indiana area and burn up all of his stuff. So he'll be back with us next week. As the green flag comes out, Michael Vitale with that 518 of Joseph Grandy to his outside. Vitale with a great run off of turn 2. The 10 car, Donald Ingram, pulls into the mix. Donald Ingram on the inside of the 518, the driver out of Georgia. So you got Air Force veteran, 213 of Michael Vitale. The 10 car is a Navy veteran. I'd like to thank both those gentlemen for their service to our country. Joseph Grandy on the high side. Good run off of 4. He's able to clear the 10 car on lap 3 of 8. Michael Vitale holding it down. Donald Ingram, he gets back by that 518 car. Go on board with Ingram and see what it looks like. Just missed the 518 going by. There he peeks back into the picture. 518 up high. That 10 car down low, getting it done.
Yeah, that bottom's really showing right now that it's the dominant place to be. Donald going to clear Joseph here. Joseph's back underneath him. Going to slide up.
Yikes.
A little bit of contact off of 4, but yeah, as mentioned earlier, that bottom right now is the place to be. Can't really, well, you don't really want to run anywhere besides that middle groove right now that's in the track until it slicks off. You go up top, you're going to do nothing but lose track position. I know it feels fast, but man, the bottom of Charlotte here is just so tacky when it's good.
The 43 car of Andrew Harley currently running in P4, and that good-looking wrap on that ride. One lap to go. Michael Vitale with a sizable lead over the 518 of Joseph Grandy, Donald Ingram, Andrew Harley. Now Samuel Bachman's getting into the mix in the 007. Coming off of 4, it is the 213 of Michael Vitale for the win. Joseph Grandy, Ingram, Harley, Bachman, Marvulio, and Ingram is your finishing order. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. Jordan LaFawn, Cale Smith on the front row. Caden Berry, Billy Roberts in row 2. Chris Cox, Scott Scheuer in 3. Case Dino in row number 4 all by himself. All right, leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind that pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Restart is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the show. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Another stacked front row here, and the second row is pretty tough also, Clayton.
Yeah, Billy, a little bit back in that 99 Gears Unlimited rep. Outlaw guys put some incredible reps together, but Billy's very fast here at Charlotte. I have finished second to him multiple times here at this track. That 99 is not ruled out just because he's not on the front row. It's going to be a good show. See what he can do from fourth.
Yeah, you got Caden Berry to his inside. Third row, Scott Scheuer and Chris Cox. So there's drivers all throughout this field that have the ability to win. 11 car Jordan LaFawn gets a great start. The 115 of Cale Smith in P2. Caden Berry now side by side with the 515 of Chris Cox. Billy Carter in the 99 all over the rear bumper of the youngster. 99 car woes it up, lets the 12 car recover. Now Caden Berry returns the favor. New Hampshire on the inside of Iowa driver. Billy Roberts makes contact with the 515. Gets that car a little bit loose, but nothing that he can't handle up front. Jordan LaFawn getting away from the field a little bit, or is Cale Smith reeling him in? 115, also a past Navy service member. Like to thank Cale for his service to our country also. In P2, the 115 giving chase to the 11 car. 515 made a little bit of contact with the 12 car. Caden Berry all over the rear end of the 515. Billy Roberts takes advantage. The 99 car sneaks up between the two of them. It'll be the 99 car and the 515 now that will battle it out. Billy Roberts on the high side. 515 down low. Good run off of 4. It will be Roberts at the line. Up front, Jordan LaFawn still holds a slight lead over Cale Smith. Smith is really strong in 3 and 4. This is going to be the battle. Billy Roberts is able to clear Caden Berry and Chris Cox. Billy Roberts currently running in P3, Chris Cox P4. 515 looking to dive down underneath the 99 with 2 laps to go. Now 1 lap to go. Billy Roberts, good run off of 4. Up front, Jordan LaFawn getting it done, looking for a start at the front of the feature. He'll roll off P3 if he can win this. Coming off at turn 4, 11 car Jordan LaFawn for the win. Cale Smith, Billy Roberts, Caden Berry, not sure what happened to Chris Cox there. Scott Scheuer and Chase Dino. 3 minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for your 25-lap feature here at Charlotte. Let's take a quick look at the points. Michael Carter currently in first place. Grant Wesley, Caden Berry third. Clay Christopherson fourth. And Chris Cox is fifth. Feature to the grid. Isaac Salas, Michael Vitale on the front row. Jordan LaFawn, Michael Carter in row 2. Joseph Grandy, Cale Smith in 3. Clay Christopherson, Donald Ingram in 4. Billy Roberts, Randy Shreves in 5. Andrew Harley, Caden Berry in 6. Jake Henry, Samuel Bachman in 7. Chris Cox, Brandon Wright in 8. Anthony Marvulio, Scott Scheuer in 9. Luke Hines, James Ingram in row number 10. Chase Dino and Anthony Vitale Jr. in row number 11. All right, leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The start is on leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. 25 laps to get it done. First feature of the night. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Big shout out to A&J Landscaping. They have sponsored the 358 modifieds for the whole season. Greatly appreciated. All right, who you got, Clayton?
I'm going to take my teammate on the outside of the front row, Michael Vitale.
Boy, this is tough. I'll go with the, I'm going to take the easy pick. The 5 car, Isaac Salas is going to keep it up front and take the win. He doesn't race with us much, but when he does, pretty stout. So, Alan, like us, pick the front row.
Yeah, I usually like to move back a little bit, but if I know Michael and Charlotte, great combination. We'll see what he can do.
Pace truck has exited the 5 car. Venom Racing's Isaac Salas looking for the green flag to get this underway. He is off. Jordan LaFawn taking a peek down low early. Salas into turn 1. Will he slide up? LaFawn goes with the 5 car. LaFawn up to P2. 10 car gets shuffled out in the back. We got 3 wide in the back and 3 and 4. 1 car around. Not sure who that was. Chase Dino. These guys were 3 wide. Take a look here. You see that mess? The 10 car. Everyone all over each other. Dino into the side of the 17. 17 able to hold on to it. Just missed the tire there. So we'll line them up and give it another go. Jordan LaFawn moves up to the outside of the front row, so he'll start outside the 5 car of Isaac Salas. Michael Vitale in the 213, he fell back a couple. He's on the outside of row number 2. Might be the place to be here before too long. Pace truck is off. What lap, Clayton?
Lap 2. Well, yeah, it was lap 2. Yep.
Good start by the 5 car. Michael Carter takes peek down early underneath the 518 of Grandy. Carter trying to get through there. We got a pile of cars in the back. 3 wide. Cale Smith on the bottom. Michael Vitale in the middle. And Michael Carter on the outside. Almost gave Randy Carter credit for driving that 15 car. We're staying 3 wide. Billy Roberts. They back out of it. Oh! Randy Shreves takes a tumble. Shreves on the outside of the 10 car. You saw the kind of a chain reaction there. I don't see who that is. Billy Roberts. everyone checks up. Shreves cannot get the 56 woed up into that outside wall, and over he goes. Guys are getting after it early. Race control trying to get a good look at the incident.
Yeah, I am for sure.
There's the 5 car of Isaac Salas, Jordan LaFawn in P2, Joseph Grandy P3 in the 518, Michael Carter P4, teammate Cale Smith right behind him in that 515. CTM drivers running 4th and 5th. Randy Shreves joins the field at the back. 17 car. Chase Dino's back there. James Ingram. Scott Scheuer. Not used to seeing the 57 back there. Driver out of Florida.
Man, I don't like calls like this.
That's why you get the big dollars. Braden Carter out there. Shout out to the 15 and the 115, the CTM boys. Braden, thanks for tuning in. Rhonda out there. Let's go Caden Berry in that 12 car. Thank you, ma'am, as always. As the 99 is given an EOL, so Billy Roberts to the back of the field.
I hate doing that to a teammate, not for bias reasons or anything like that. Just such a tough call. I'm sure we'll have to review that one later, but at the end of the day, he'll understand. Just a big, like the 99 comes up there off a 2, and the 43 checks up because of him getting pinched. Man, it was that was a hard one to call. Hopefully that'll be the only one tonight.
Yeah, there was a lot happening up there. I don't know if that'll be the last one. These guys are racing like it's the last lap. We're only on lap 4 of 25. It is Isaac Salas, Jordan LaFawn still on the front row. Joseph Grandy on the inside of the 15 car. Michael Carter in row number 2. Isaac Salas starts. We're back underway. Salas, LaFawn, Grandy, Michael Carter. Carter pulling up to the outside of the 11 car. Thought better of it. Falls back into line behind that 11 car. Grandy slides up. You can see cars beating and banging off of each other. We're starting to see 2 lines form here. Looks like that bottom may be coming in. Salas on the high side. Jordan LaFawn running the middle in the 11. And Cale Smith was down on the bottom. Contact made. 10 car around. Ten car was running up near the front here. Let's see what happened. 12 car down low. Oh, right there in front of the 10 car was Michael Carter, Clay Christopherson, and Michael Vitale. 15 gets pinched. It's able to go down low. 10 car can't get woed up. Around he goes. Caden Berry into the back of the 10 car. He holds on to it. Mayhem behind them. So we raced Charlotte for the Dash for Cash last season or the season before and put on an amazing show. Tonight, not so much. We're having a hard time getting going here as these drivers all want to get to the front in a big hurry. Going to extend the caution here a little bit as race control is still reviewing the last incident. Isaac Salas coming off of turn 4. Pace truck is off. We're about to go back to green. Salas and Jordan LaFawn at the front of the field. Great restart by Salas. Opens up a bit of a lead. Jordan LaFawn dies down low. Cale Smith into 115 stays on the high side. Top 3 with a little bit of space. Cale Smith sends it into 3. Keeps it down low. Good run by Cale Smith. Made up some ground. Clay Christopherson in the 51. The 213 of Michael Vitale is on the bottom underneath the 15 car as the 51 is flashing a little bit. Vitale making contact with the 15 once again. Andrew Harley in that 43 machine has the 515 all over his rear bumper. Michael Carter got up into the wall. Somebody's flashing real bad. That's Caden Berry in the 12 car. Car did get the warning. We'll have to go to the back for flashing. Anthony Marfulio, that is unnerving, running around a car that is flashing that bad. At times, you end up inside that car. In the back, Randy Shreves in the 56. Luke Hines, Billy Roberts in the 99. Roberts trying to get back through the field, as is Donald Ingram in the 10 car. 10 car on the inside of the 99. James Ingram, Jake Henry, and Chase Dino back there battling it out. Up front, Isaac Salas, big lead, over a second over the 11 car of Jordan LaFawn. Cale Smith, no one runs the top, much better than that 115. He has found a home at the top here at Charlotte and is sending that 115 car on lap 14 of 25. Joseph Grandy in P4. Michael Carter has moved back up to P5. 15 car coming to the front. We got a host of cars running the bottom. That was Anthony Marfulio, Caden Berry, the 51 of Christopherson, the 21 of Vitale Jr. All those cars giving that bottom a look. Caution comes out once again. Jake Henry involved. Running with the 320 of Dino. .320 slides up in front of the 171. Isaac Salas at the front of the field has led the whole way so far. Missing some chatter on the driver net here. Jordan LaFawn and Cale Smith talking if either one of those has anything for the 5 car. Maybe a little bit of reverse psychology going on, as all drivers can hear the chat. Billy Roberts in the pits. Chase Dino in the pits. We do have one to go. That 15 car of Isaac Salas, currently 19th in the points. He's only ran 5 races with us, has 2 wins of the 5 races in the 358 modifieds. Jordan LaFawn, 9th in the points, looking for a great points night. Cale Smith, 8th. So the drivers near the front of the field looking for a great points night here. Your points leader, Michael Carter, looks like he's running 5th. Grant Wesley not with us tonight. Caden Berry in the 12 car. I don't know where Berry is running. Looks like 8th for the 12 car. So we're getting ready to go back to green on lap 14 of 25. It will be Isaac Salas with the restart. Drivers behind him having a great conversation. Good start by Salas. Opens up another lead. Jordan LaFawn is going to try the middle. Will he slide up and get in line? Yes, he will. 2 by 2. We got definitely 2 lanes of racing. Randy Shreves in the 56 battling it out with Scott Scheuer in the 57. Scheuer up high in the red and white car. Randy Shreves down low. Samuel Bachman in the 007 riding around the tires. Andrew Harley above him in that 43 machine. Anthony Vitale Jr. down low. Caden Berry leading the charge on the bottom. The youngster out of New Hampshire in the 12 car. He's up 5 positions from his start. Anthony Vitale Jr. is up 12 in the 21. Already almost a second gap between first place Isaac Salas and Jordan LaFawn. Cale Smith in P2. Will Cale be able to make it happen? He goes up high. LaFawn running a slider line. Now Berry went up high that time. Christopherson down low. He's got Michael Vitale with him as the caution comes back out. That is the 320 car. Running with the 40 car there. See the wheels turn to the left. The car just wouldn't go. So attempt at a slide job. Gets out into the outside wall on turn number 3. So we're closing in on a finish. We're on lap 19 of 25. Coming up next, we got Pro Late Models, and we'll close out the night with the 305 Sprint cars. Isaac Salas has been unstoppable at the front of the field in that 5 car. Doesn't look like anybody had anything for the 5 car just yet, but we do have a few laps left to go. Jordan LaFawn on his rear bumper. Cale Smith making that high side work in that 115. Joseph Grandy in the 518. Your points leader, Michael Carter, running back in 5th position. As the pace truck exits the speedway, we're getting ready to go back green. Isaac Salas will start the field. Good jump by that 5 car. Away he goes. Jordan LaFawn, Cale Smith in tow. LaFawn dives down low, looking for some place to run in that 11 car. Cale Smith on the outside of 11. Cale Smith, boy, that was tight. 11 car of Jordan LaFawn will slide up, get back to the outside. They make contact. Grandy makes contact. But that was after Scott Scheuer in the 57 made contact. Let's see what happened with Scheuer here. Ooh, that was the Anthony Vitale Jr. just comes down in front of the 57 after getting into the wall there. So the 358 modifieds have been a handful for the drivers tonight. Gale out in New Hampshire says they got Gale wins in New Hampshire. Sean Stevens in the house, leader of the Wyobe racing crew. Got Caden Berry out on track for Wyobe currently. Sean, as always, our good friend from down under, is with us here tonight. Sean, thank you for tuning in, my friend. Five car of Isaac Salas will start the field. The pace truck lights are still on. So that last incident, that sent Marv Julio in the 238 to the back of the field. He'll join the 12 car of Caden Berry back there. Not sure what happened to the 12 car. Meanwhile, up front, pace truck is off. We are on lap. Oh, my goodness. Let's see here.
23.
My apologies. 23 of 25. Isaac Salas with the restart. Gets a good jump on the field. Cale Smith still a comfortable third. Caution comes back out once again. Boy, we can't get going here. I am not showing a caution on my board, I don't think.
Yeah, Luke Hines just got into 3 a little too hot. Stabbed on the brakes. Got the car dead sideways in front of Chris Cox and Scott Scheuer.
'23 of 25. We're going to get this race in yet. It looks like the pro late model practice just began, so we are running a little bit behind tonight. We're going to have a shootout here. If we can make it through one lap, we should be good. We will see. Pace truck is off. Leaving the field to the 5 car of Isaac Salas has led from flag to flag. 5 car has been unstoppable at the front of the field tonight so far. Isaac Salas with the restart. Good jump over Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car. Grandy's going to dive down low. He got a train on the bottom. Grandy, Christopherson, Vitale, all down on the bottom now. Salas starts to run a slider line. He comes off the top. caution comes out right before the white flag. We will have a green-white checker finish. 40 car of Ingram involved. So we'll line them up and do it one more time. First shot at a green-white checker. This has been a rough one tonight in the 358 modifieds. We'll see how this goes. We may only interview the winner. We'll see if we have time. Let these drivers get to the Pro Late Model division. Lights are off on the pace truck. Pace truck should exit this time by. Isaac Salas in the 5 car will restart. On the bottom. So the 5 car of Isaac Salas is off. On lap 25 of 26. So we do have 2 laps to go. Salas, Jordan LaFawn, Cale Smith have been the class of the field so far tonight. Smith staying up high. Jordan LaFawn and Isaac Salas running the middle, 1 to go. White flag is out. We will end this lap. Isaac Salas, Jordan LaFawn, Cale Smith, 1, 2, 3. Michael Carter trying to close in on the field. Isaac Salas for the win. Jordan LaFawn, Cale Smith. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. Everyone else, the Pro Late Model practice is currently up. We will only interview the winner of this race so you guys can get to practice. All right, fellas, that's good. Good luck in Pro Late Models. We will get a word with my good friend Isaac Salas here momentarily. In that 5 car, let me get this thing up. There we go. My good friend, and you know, more times than not, he's in the booth, but tonight he's just behind the wheel of that 5 car. Isaac Salas, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, that was class of the field right there. You got out front and kind of checked out on the field. No one had anything for you. What were you doing different that the cars behind you couldn't do?
I don't know, man. Throttle control, I guess. I'm dominant at Charlotte, to be honest with you, Joe. I've ran a lot of big events that I've been fortunate to be a part of where if it's at Charlotte, I'm always a force to be reckoned with. So I don't know, something about this track and I just merge really well.
Yeah, have you ever been there in real life?
I have not. I actually we're kind of deciding this year on if we're going to go to the Knoxville Nationals or if we're going to go to the World Finals.
That'd be cool as could be. So man, a great show. By that 5 car, what's the weather like in North Dakota?
Joe, let me tell you, we're in the positives, man. I've been loving it. I won't even lie to you. I think we actually hit above freezing. Today it was gusty. It was pretty windy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I about took off. When I got out the truck today, I about flew away. But other than that, man, it's actually not too cold.
Those of you that don't know, Isaac Salas is from North Dakota, works out in the oil fields, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you, Mr. Salas. Who do you want to thank on that 5-car for your drive to victory lane?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Just forewarning though, next week, I believe it's next Friday, -21. So just it ain't gonna last long for weather-wise, if you're wondering. But yeah, for my shout-outs, all those guys over at Venom Racing that support me. Malachi was getting to watch this one, so that was pretty awesome to have him in my ear the entire time. Dean, Super Dirt Car Series, Magnum Race Designs, Got Your Six Racing Network, RSN Trackside, SimTracks Broadcasting, Dirt Track Bank. Coast to Coast, Mission 22, and everything that they do for our veterans. My Gramps and Top Notch Trucking. Thank you for broadcasting and for the league, buddy. I love the hell out of you, to be honest, and everything that you do. So I was very happy to be a part of the event. And then yeah, just thanks to our veterans and my friends and family that support me.
Yeah, man. Those of you out there that don't know, Isaac Salas is a member of Venom Racing, and before we even started, Friday Night Lights is what it was called back then. Your guidance and the team's guidance, man. We got this thing going, and it kind of caught on there. Looks like this is week 10, so we only have 4 weeks left of Gears Unlimited. So, yeah, man, you guys were a huge part of that and always greatly appreciated by me. We've come a long way. So congratulations on the win. You going to run the Pro Late Models?
No, I sweet talked my old lady into getting to run a little bit here tonight. So it's time to go take care of her. Probably go out for dinner and hang out with her.
All right, man. Congratulations. Have a great weekend.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Joe. Have a good one.
Yeah, man. There it was. Isaac Salas, driver of the 5-car, takes home the 358 modified win. We will take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be with the Pro Late Models right here at Charlotte. So stay tuned.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with 1 combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. You know, we first start in the pool, we do some confined water skills, we'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore, it's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, you know, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. You know, there's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. I mean, we've seen 4 eagle rays at once. I mean, just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take, you know, these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, you know, from being, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. You know, I've gone snorkeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to cut the promo a little bit short here so we can get this race underway and try to get back on track. So we will call the drivers in right now. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, fellas, welcome to week 10 at Charlotte. This is the Sanders Racing Pro Late Models. We'll go over the rules real quick. Podium finish, you guys know what to do. Bring out 2 cautions in any race. You are DQ'd. Intentional contact is never acceptable. Wall riding, stay off the wall here at Charlotte. Call outs, you will be suspended. Blinking, first time warning. Second time EOL, third time park it for the night. Incident points count against your overall points for the night. Slow down for caution. As soon as the caution comes out, the field is frozen. All restarts on the leader. So we'll get the show underway. Any questions, comments, or concerns, now would be the time. All right, fellas, we're advancing to qualifying. Good luck. So we have advanced to qualifying. Let's go through messages here. Grandma Pete out there, good finish to the 11 car. Her grandson Jordan LaFawn brought it home P2 in the last race. Roxanne is out there cheering on the 15 car up. Michael Carter, Brian Walters, a big fan of Kel Yarborough Smith. Is Yarborough really his last name? That's my question for you there, Brian. Welcome to the show, everyone. Greatly appreciate everyone tuning in. Jordan LaFawn cheering on or giving a shout out to Justin Sick, who's in Florida at the big race at Volusia tonight. Spoke with him a little bit by messenger this afternoon. So he's out watching the big show at Volusia out in Florida. So welcome to the show, everybody. Hopefully we've put on a good show. First race, we did have quite a few cautions. We're following along with the 515. That is Des Moines, Iowa driver Chris Cox out on track in that 515. Top of the board for the 515, 15.440. Scott Scheuer P2. Samuel Bachman in the 007 out on track. Now Cale Smith goes to the top of the board. Cale Smith with a 365 for the South Dakota driver. Michael Vitale in the 213 up to P2, 15.371. James Ingram, driver out of Georgia, 10th quick, 15.714 for Ingram. The 15 car in a good-looking ride. That is Michael Carter, your current points leader. Make sure that's Grant Wesley is the points leader. Michael Carter is second in points. Top of the board, 15,292. The Randy Carter painting, number 15, getting it done. Trying to get some of his own money back, as this quick time is brought to you by CTM, the race team. CTM Motorsports. Randy Shreves, ninth quick, 15,521. Carter shuts it down. James Ingram still out on the track. The 21 car, Anthony Vitale Jr., 15,499. Good enough for ninth quick. Randy Shreves, 15,521. Good enough for 10th quick. And the 43 of Andrew Harley, 11th quick with a 15,529. Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car coming out on track. Looks like we do have 3 drivers left to qualify. Can LaFawn capture the pole and take some of Michael Carter's team's money? CTM Motorsports sponsors the quick time here in the Pro Late Models for the season. Like to thank those gentlemen for that. Jordan LaFawn, second quick, 15,362 for Jordan LaFawn. And we will shut it down. Michael Carter getting some of his money back. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Cale Smith on the front row. Ingram Cox in row 2. Scheuer Shreves in 3. Dino Wright in 4. Hines and Tormachi in row number 5. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Congratulations to the 15 car of Michael Carter. We're getting some of his money back in that CTM Motorsports ride with the CTM Motorsports Quick Time. So it will be Michael Carter on the front row in that 15, taking us to the green flag. Pace truck is off. Carter on the inside. Cale Smith on the outside. Good start by the 15 car of Carter. Smith, another part of the CTM crew. He follows his teammate into P2. Let's go on board. As the caution comes out already. Luke Hines, David Tormachi. As always, your replays brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank. See the 22 and the 56 of Shreves make contact. Michael Carter at the front of the field in the 15 car. So we are really hoping for not a replay of the previous race with all the cautions that we got. Justin 6, Speak of the Devil, is in the chat. Justin, welcome to the show, my friend. Hope you're having a great time out in Florida. Bring us all t-shirts back.
That is a great state.
It is this weekend. There's a lot going on in Florida this weekend.
Yeah, man. Truck, I believe NASCAR Truck Series. Yep, that kicked off about a half hour ago. So we'll be hanging out after this and watching the race with the guys. Dirt track racing, short track asphalt. February in Florida is always a fun month.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. We're finally going to get good weather for 2 days. Tomorrow we'll be at Marysville, and on Sunday we'll be in Chico, where the Gold Cup is run. So looking forward to that. And it's going to be decent weather.
Oh, man, we have rainy and 20 tomorrow.
Oof. No, thank you.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing I like about California is the weather is pretty decent. Michael Carter with the restart. Gets Cale Smith to his rear bumper. The 10 car of Donald Ingram, driver out of Georgia. He's giving the bottom a look. Chris Cox in the 515 at the front of the field. He's trying to stay on the rear bumper of the 115. Donald Ingram giving that bottom a go. Trying to peek underneath the 515. Can't get as good of a run off the bottom. Scheuer and Dino battling it out. That is the 57 and the 320. Scott Scheuer is a Florida driver. Speaking of Florida, Randy Shreves in the 56 is running P7. Luke Hines, Brandon Wright in the 22, and David Tormachi, driver out of Montana in the, big wreck up front. Scott Scheuer and Ingram involved. Let's take a look. There is Scheuer. Ingram was running P4. You can see the 515 up there. That is the grayish colored car on the rear bumper of the 115. Oh, just comes up, makes contact with the 515. I don't know if he came up or the 515 came down. Let's take a look here. Oh, the 515 checked up for the 115. That collected the 10 car, so. You guys ran a big race last week on the sim, did you not, Clayton?
Yes, we did. We tried for the 7 a.m. split Eastern time. We went green. I think we qualified like 5th. We went green. And the first half hour of the race or so, you race in the pitch black. You race right before the sun comes up. Well, the sun came up about halfway through. I think we were maybe 3/4 of the way through, about 6 laps out from pitting. And the sun glare on the racetrack, I've never seen it so bright orange. I could not see the difference between the racetrack and the sand. I went off track and junked the car. So then we re-ran at 11, started 5th, dropped all the way back to 21st with some early race drama, and clawed all the way back up to a 4th place finish at about midnight Saturday night.
Randy Shreves, 4th place finish. I'll take that any day. Randy Shreves makes contact with the 17. All kinds of stuff going on. Let's take a look. The 56 of Shreves and the 22. 22 and the 17 get together. Randy Shreves just getting into the back of the 17, taking him around. Man, I hate it, but this may just be one of those nights. Justin Sick out saying that they got rained out at Volusia. So that got quite a following down there. To get rained out is something else. So got the night off, and he's tuned in here to Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Michael Carter, Cale Smith, Chase Dino in the 320 is up in P3. Luke Hines in the 17. The 22 of Brandon Wright. We're only on heat number 1. Lights are off on the pace truck. We will go green next time by. Leaving the field to Michael Carter and his new paint job. Just revealed that last week. Good looking wrap on that 15. His teammate Cale Smith is right behind him. I didn't get an answer if Yarborough is Cale's middle name for real or not. Cale Smith P2. Chase Dino in the 320. He's up to P3 in heat number 1. Oh my goodness, 22. We stay green. Somebody got absolutely blasted. That is Luke Hines with 1 lap to go. Michael Carter at the front of the field. Cale Smith, Michael Carter breaking away from the field. Coming off of 4, down low. It will be Michael Carter, Cale Smith, and Chase Dino, your top 3. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Jordan LaFawn, Michael Vitale on the front row. Joseph Grandy, Samuel Bachman in row 2. Anthony Vitale Jr., Andrew Harley in row number 3. Jeff Kemper, James Ingram in row number 4. Anthony Marfulio rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. 8 laps, get it done. Everybody heading to the big show. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. See that 43 car with U.S. Army on the side.
How about the new 213 late models? Michael has been grinding on those late models for about a week. And man, that's the first time I've seen it on track. That 213 looks sharp.
Michael Vitale, Outlaw Racing driver and Air Force member, got out of the service. So I'd like to thank Michael for his service as the caution comes out with a quickness. James Ingram involved. That is the orange and yellow 40 car. Just, oh boy, just gets into the outside wall and around he goes. So Jordan LaFawn at the front of the field. Grandma Pete out there probably going nuts. We'll line them up and give it a try once again. Not sure if we'll have 2 or 3 heats.
I think I saw 2. Better go 1 to green here. Yeah, 2 heat races right into the feature.
So here we go. 11 car of Jordan LaFawn on the inside. Michael Vitale still to his outside. Watch that 518 driver out of New York. That is Joseph Grandy. He was taking a peek down low early and making a little bit of headway. So we'll see how that plays out. But it will be Indiana driver Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car. That will bring us back to the green flag. And he is off. Jordan LaFawn opens up. Good restart by LaFawn. Joseph Grandy tries to get underneath Vitale. In the 518, Grandy will make it stick. 21 car of Anthony Vitale Jr. trying to go with him. It will be Jordan LaFawn, Joseph Grandy. Now the 213 up. Michael Vitale is going to fight back. Good run off a 2 by Vitale right to the rear bumper of that 518 machine. Jordan LaFawn at the line. The battle is going to be behind the 11 car, I think. Can LaFawn hold on? Car washes up in the exit of 4. You got the 518 running a lower line. Can he get the run off of turn 2? No, sir. 11 car Jordan LaFawn holds the lead. Jordan LaFawn running the middle. Lap 6 of 8. 518 dives down low. LaFawn, Grandy, Vitale, Michael Vitale Jr. So the Vitale brothers running 3 and 4. Samuel Bachman in the 007. Jeffrey Kemper in the 181. The driver out of Oregon is with us. Anthony Marfulio. 43 car of Harley up front. I heard an apology. 1 lap to go, and it's LaFawn at the line. Will Grandy be able to capture a front row start? Good run for LaFawn off the exit of turn number 2. 518 digging for the bottom, coming off a 4. It will be LaFawn, Grandy, Vitale Jr., and Bachman, your top 5. Three minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting ready for the big show. Michael Vitale at the top of the board in warm-ups. Getting ready for 25 laps. Feature to the grid, please. Carter LaFawn on the front row. Smith Grandy in row number 2. Dino Vitale in 3. Wright Vitale Jr. in 4. Ingram Bachman in 5. Cox Kemper in 6. Shrees Marfulio in 7. Tormachi Harley in 8. Hines Ingram in 9. And Scott Scheuer rounds out your field of 19 drivers. All right, leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The restart or the start is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 25 laps to get it done. Let's put on a good show. You got a ways to get settled out here. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show. Good luck. 5:15 of Michael Carter will take us to the green flag, and we are underway. Carter, great restart. Jordan LaFawn follows the 15 on the high side. That 115 of Cale Smith tried to slide up, made contact with the 11 car of LaFawn. It will be Cale Smith moving up to P2 after a little bit of contact with LaFawn. LaFawn will slide down low. Yikes, caution comes out. That's a 43 car down low. Oh, somebody into the back of the 22. Can't see who that was. We'll let the best race admin in the sim settle that out.
Well, I appreciate that. 007 just kind of, I don't know if he didn't see there was a slide job coming or what, but definitely a little too hot into the back of, I believe, the 22 of Brandon Wright.
On what lap?
I don't want to say it.
Lap 2 is our bad luck lap for sure. All right, here we go. We got teammates on the front row, Michael Carter and Cale Smith. Jordan LaFawn moves back to the inside of row number 2. He's got the 518 of Joseph Grandy to his outside. The Vitale brothers in row number 3. Here we go. You can see that track starting to slick off as the 15 dives down low. Little bit of shuffle there, mid-pack. The 515 and the 15 and 115, they are not going to lose contact with each other. Jordan LaFawn running a slider line in that 11 car. The 518 of Grandy staying up high. Takes a peek underneath Jordan LaFawn. Can't quite make the pass. Up front, Michael Carter getting it done. Cale Smith, P2. Jordan LaFawn, P3. Joseph Grandy in the 518, P4. Michael Vitale in that 213 is P5. He's got his brother right behind him. Don't look now. That 10 car of Ingram is working the bottom side. The 550. Go ahead.
He's got a good patch of moisture off of both corners right now. He's able to find down there on the bottom. I think that bottom could work for these late models, the way these guys are fighting up top, kind of trying to keep it somewhat straight. Donald's picking up some spots there on the bottom.
Chris Cox is kind of running the middle, so he's running right above that slick spot. So we got 3 different lines going here. Up front, 1, 2, Carter, Smith, LaFawn is your top 3. Jordan LaFawn falling back a little bit. Joseph Grandy in the 518 and P4. Jeffrey Kemper, we got contact. James Ingram involved in that 40 car. Just get sideways. Get into the wall. Right in front of your leaders. So, hate to see that. James Ingram right in front of the leaders. Not sure if he made contact with Cale Smith. If not, it was darn close. 115 car is beat up a little bit. Look at that front end. You can see some damage on the right side. He's still at the front of the field. Will that affect the handling of that 115? Pace truck is off. Good start by the 15 of Michael Carter. Cale Smith, Jordan LaFawn have been at the front of the field. Now Grandy runs up on the 11 car. Let's go on board with the 518 of Grandy and take a look as he's trying to reel in Jordan LaFawn in the 11. You can see the top three breaking away from the field a little bit. Samuel Bachman involved in an incident. Let's take a look. Randy Shrees below him in a very damaged race car. Yikes. 007 is around the 40 car, piles in. So Michael Carter, CTM, running 1-2. The 115 car not too damaged after that contact there with the lap traffic on lap 12 of 25. Lights are off the pace truck. Next time by, we will be halfway in the Sanders Racing Pro Late Models. Back underway, the 15 of Michael Carter with a good restart. Jordan LaFawn closes in on the inside of the 115. LaFawn on the bottom, no room to slide. LaFawn shuffles out in P3. Now Grandy. LaFawn gets into the outside fence there, slows the momentum of the 11 car, losing contact with the 15 and the 115. Chris Cox on the bottom side in that 515. He's got Anthony Vitale Jr. Cox kind of running right through the middle of the slick there. Got Michael Vitale to his outside in that 213. You can see the shine off the front of that 213. Take a look at that paint job done by Michael Vitale. Oh, looks like the 515 is around. Let's take a look. Donald Ingram. Oh, just gets in the back of the 515. Looks like Kemper was able to get through. I think that's the 21 that got through. So lap 15 of 25. CTM boys up front. That is Michael Carter and Cale Smith. Jordan LaFawn has been searching the entire race for a way around these two cars in front of him. Braden Carter go 15 and 115. Braden, thank you for tuning in. Looks like they are doing a great job up front so far. We do have a ways to go. Greatly appreciate everyone for tuning in every Friday night. And some Friday nights are caution after caution. Seems like that's the pattern we're in tonight. We hope to break that here momentarily. The pace truck should exit this time by. So Cale Smith's mom, Tally, is out in the audience. Says Cale's middle name is not Yarborough, but she did name him after Cale Yarborough. So that's kind of cool. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome back to the show. Michael Carter at the front of the field. The 115 of Cale Smith in P2. Jordan LaFawn, P3. Those three cars on the high side. The 115 getting a little bit racy. He took a peek. Might be too early to go. We will see here momentarily. Jordan LaFawn now closing in on the back of the 115. 115 into the fence, slows his momentum. That brings the 11 right to his rear bumper. Joseph Grandy in the 115 gets sideways. Grandy gets into the 115. Cale Smith runs into problems. Let's take a look. He was all over the fence. I'm not sure if that... Oh, got a little bit of help from the 11 car there. He was able to save it for a second. Gets into the wall. The 11 car into the back of the 115. And my disclaimer is I'm a broadcaster. I'm not race control, so we'll get the real call here momentarily.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing here. 11 giving him a bump.
On lap 20 of 25. Those two could have made contact anywhere else on the track, and it wouldn't have had the same effect. The entry of the corner there. Eleven car with the EOL. That will put Joseph Grandy and Michael Vitale in your top three. The race has, or the caution has been extended one lap.
Oh, deep breath. Another beer, please.
On your birthday.
Yeah, out of all days.
Michael Carter, Joseph Grandy, Michael Vitale. You know, you and I talked previously. We have only, 4 weeks remaining in Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. I have not missed a Friday in a year and a half. So, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I'm kind of looking forward to a little bit of a break. And you and I, Clayton, we got some talking to do about this next winter coming up. So looking very forward to that. Back under green, Michael Carter, Joseph Grandy, Michael Vitale. Now the Vitale boys. That is Vitale Jr. in the 21. Dives down low in 1 and 2. Can he get a run off the bottom side? No, sir. 213. Caution comes out once again. The 320 just gets loose. Chase Dino to the back of the field. So we're trying to wrap this up. Carter, Grandy, Vitale. Carter has led the entire race. I believe he was on the pole. Yes, he was. Joseph Grandy up 2. Vitali Michael is up 3. Anthony Vitali Jr. up 4. Biggest movers. Looks like we got quite a few up 7. Jeffrey Kemper, Anthony Marfulio, and Andrew Harley are all up 7 from their starting positions.
I just noticed the drag strip
Yeah, you see
behind
it.
3 and 4 is Charlotte. That's pretty cool. And then the real Charlotte Motor Speedway is outside of 1 and 2. I had no idea they were that close.
I looked at it on the overhead. Never been there, but looked at it on the overhead, which is pretty cool. It is a motorsports mecca.
Oh yeah.
We are back underway. Great restart by Michael Carter. Puts a gap on the field. Joseph Grandy, Michael Vitali, Anthony Vitali Jr. on the bottom side in that 21. Makes contact with Jeffrey Kemper. Oh, we got a car over. Luke Hines crashed. Watch that 17 car. Cale Smith trying to get to the front of the field. Chris Cox goes for a ride. Again, it looks like we're still doing okay on time. Hope to interview the top 3. We're on lap 21 of 25. We should get the 1 to go this time by. So we got cars in the back of the field that are doing everything they can to get to the front. Little bit of haste back there. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to Michael Carter. On lap 21 of 25, coming to lap 22 of 25. Great restart by Carter. Grandy Vitali, your top 3. Jeffrey Kemper finding the bottom. That 181 car, he is comfortable on the bottom. Will he come to the front? He found something. Battling it out side by side with that 21 car. I don't know what the 181. He must have hit a patch of traction because he shot up the field on the restart. Up front, Michael Carter breaking away from Joseph Grandy and Michael Vitali. Anthony Vitali Jr. in P6 now. Michael Carter in P1, coming off a turn 4, the 15 for the win. Joseph Grandy P2, Vitali in P3. Top 3 start-finish line. Top 3 start-finish line, please. We will get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. All right, fellas, that'll work. We'll get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. We'll wait for Michael Vitali. He's in there. Michael Vitali in the 213 moves up 3 from his starting position. Michael, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, great run. That car looked great. We're looking at the front of that 213, man. She's a little dinged up, but
Yeah, a little bit.
but you got it done. Walk us through your night in the 213 here at Charlotte.
Well, my main goal was to try to qualify up front. With these cars, you want to be out front. 'Cause this track is a little bit one side dominant on the outside there. So every chance I got to go to the outside, I went out there. A couple of restarts, I had to start on the bottom. I was fortunate enough to get back up there, but held on to that little ledge that was left on the outside and drove home third. So I'm happy with that.
You know what, my brother? It wasn't long ago where I wouldn't have heard the 213 say I hung on to that little ledge on that top side. That speaks to all the experience. Man, it has been an absolute pleasure, not only in Friday Night Lights, but just chatting with you, man. I cherish your participation with us. So great run in that 213. That paint scheme is amazing. Who you want to give a shout out?
I want to give a shout out to everybody: Vitale Motorsports, Outlaw Racing, Billy Roberts over at Gears Unlimited, A&J Landscaping, Tight Lines Apparel, you for putting this on, Got Your Six Racing Network, Clayton for adminning, and everybody here that comes out and runs every week, man. I appreciate you, and it's a true friendship, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. You gonna run sprint cars?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Right on. We'll see the 213. Hopefully, we talk again.
All right, Joe. You take care.
All right, man. Joseph Grandy in that 518. I'm not seeing Joseph Grandy in the interview booth. So we will jump to the 15 car of Michael Carter. Michael, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was kind of a mess, but you did the best you could do to stay out of it. The only way to do that is just stay up front in that 15 car on a rail tonight. How was your run, man?
It's pretty good, man. Just stayed up there, tried to be consistent on that top, and luckily, I think I got a little squirrely there one time right before my teammate there got in that little mishap. But besides that, man, she was on rails. Didn't make any mistakes and just kept hitting them restarts pretty good, and I think that's what kept me out front.
Yeah, man, you had plenty of practice at restarts tonight. Was looking for a great night at Charlotte. Wasn't long ago we ran to one of our Dash for Cashes here and had a great show. Yeah, not so much tonight, but for the CTM 15 car, man, you kept that thing up front. I don't see a nick on that car. Still love the paint scheme. Man, congratulations on the victory. Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
Thank you, Joe. I always got to thank you guys here at Friday Night Lights. Really enjoy running here. Appreciate everything y'all do. Gears Unlimited, Dirt Track Bank. Everybody's a part of this. Really appreciate it. Like I said, we love running this league, and it's fun. Everybody that runs in it, we have a good time with. And I think I got to give a couple shout outs tonight. I know my dad's watching as always, Randy Carter Painting. Hey, Pop. My mom's watching tonight, so hey, Mom. My son's watching tonight. Hey, Braden. Kale's mom's watching tonight, so I want to say hi to all y'all. And as always, I got to thank CTM Motorsports, Kale Smith, Travis Anderson, and everybody watching, and everybody's got a part of this. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, that real car you got, the pictures you're sharing, greatly appreciated, man. I bet you can't wait to get behind the wheel of that thing. And I got to tell you, I may be sending you a message, man. I was out in the garage today working on Caster, and man, just scratching my head. I think we got her. I think we got her ready for tomorrow. I think. So yeah, man, it's a ton of fun, and I can't wait to follow your journey in the real car and our journey also, man. So thanks for sharing that. That's great to see on our Discord under My Real Ride, and the car's looking good, man. And I know you're gonna wheel it to the front.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Yeah, that one I just posted is actually a late model. We just purchased it Monday, so we're going to be we're street stock racing, and we're going to be running limiteds later in the year. So pretty excited about that. But if you got any questions about Camber or anything, just shoot me a message. I know a little bit about it, so.
Yeah, that Caster had me. Man, I don't even know. We got her. We got her close, I think. Close enough for tomorrow anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm sure if you ask some of them legend guys, they'll definitely give you point you in the right direction. But
Yeah,
if you
they
need
will.
anything, give me a holler.
All right, man. Great run.
Thank you. I'll talk
Yeah,
to you
man.
later, buddy.
All right.
All right.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There are the pro late models at Charlotte. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the nightcap. Those are the 305 sprint cars. Lost my train of thought there for a moment. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military, what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end, or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back. And every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose, and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage, and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league, engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race weekend, throughout their recovery and beyond, through our recovery programs, or as a member of the 22 pit crew. No matter the background or story, Operation Motorsport is always there to listen, provide a safe and comfortable space, and a trusted circle of confidence that is open and honest about what difficulties may lie ahead for those transitioning out of a military career. Operation Motorsport believes in the power of team, identity, and purpose.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the nightcap. That's the 305 Sprint cars. Cars are out on the track practicing up. Wildby Boys top of the board in practice. Matt Grimm P1, Caden Berry P2. So looking for a good 30-lap main event. Tonight's race brought to you by A&J Custom Creations. We will call the drivers off the track. I'll drive, I think here, let me set up my, yeah, we're good. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, fellas, welcome to A&J Custom Creations 305 Sprint Cars. You guys know all of the rules. We'll go over those real quick. If you finish on the podium, don't forget photo and interview. Bring out 2 cautions. You're DQ'd for the night. Intentional contact, never acceptable. Wall riding, stay off the wall. We don't want to get into the wall riding conversation. Call-outs, never acceptable over race comms, over Facebook, Discord. No derogatory comments towards the staff of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights or another driver in the field. Blinking, first time, warning, second time, EOL, third time. You'll be asked to park it for the night. Incidents count against your overall points for the night. Slow down precautions. You're not going to improve your position as the field is frozen. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Now would be the time. All right, fellas, none heard. Let's put on a great show to end the night here at Charlotte. Good luck. So, checkered flag has fallen over practice. We're getting ready to go into qualifying. Tonight's qualifying brought to you by Chatham Motorsports. I'd like to thank Gavin Chatham for coming on board and sponsoring the QuickTime Award. As the field has flipped to qualifying, let's see who comes out on the track first. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. It will be Michael Vitale in the 213 ride. The Gears Unlimited driver out on track. Now it's a host of cars out there with him. Coming off of turn 4, heading for the flag stand and his first time lap. Clock has started over the 213. Samuel Bachman in the 007 on the clock. Kurt Schatzer, my teammate in the dirt track bank, number 18. He's taking time. James Ingram is with us in that 40 machine, driver out of Georgia. Michael Vitale, top of the board. Let me get that up for you there. 14.537. Chris Cox, P2. David Tormachi in the 313. Jeff Kemper puts the 181. Now Kurt Schatzer, top of the board. 14.470 for the driver out of Pennsylvania. Randy Shreves tops that. 14.434 for Shreves. Brandon Wright in the 22, currently 5th quick. Caden Berry puts the 12 car on the pole. 14.337 for the Wyobe driver. Matt Graham, his teammate, tops him. 14.252 for the Ohio driver in that 91. 10 car of Donald Ingram, currently 5th. 14.492. Brian Dickens in the 122. Driver out of North Dakota, 3rd quick. 14.380 for Dickens. Anthony Marvulio in the 238. Driver out of New Hampshire in the 238. Coming for his first timed lap. 14th quick, 14.803. James Ingram still out on track, 13th quick, 14.731 for Ingram. Can Marvulio improve? 4th quick, 14.408 for the 238 car. So Marvulio getting it done. He parks it P4 on the board. Matt Grimm, Caden Berry, Brian Dickens, Anthony Marvulio, Randy Shreves are your top 5. Let's take a quick look at the points here. Caden Berry at the top of the points. It's Randy Shreves, P2, Matt Grimm, P3, Anthony Marfulio, Chris Cox are your top 5. So Grimm and Barry in the top 3. That 91 car, Matt Grimm, needs a great night tonight to move up the board. Randy Shreves, he qualified P5 with a 14.434. He is currently second in the points. Chris Cox, 11th quick. Heat 1 to the grid. Matt Grimm, Brian Dickens on the front row of heat number 1. Randy Shreves, Donald Ingram in row 2. Brandon Wright, Chris Cox in 3. David Tormachi, Luke Hines in row number 4. All right, leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. All starts on leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Congratulations to the 91 of Matt Grimm for the Chatham Motorsports Quick Time. $10 to your account, sir. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. So the Wyobe boys up front. Matt Grimm has been a tough customer the last few weeks, Clayton.
Yeah, no surprise there. Wyobe seems to have these sprint cars down packed. We're going to see which one of them can come out on top, or we may have an underdog sweep Wyobe from their feet.
122 of Brian Dickens in P2. Matt Grimm with a great start. Everybody working the bottom side. Randy Shreves in the 56. He's going to run the middle. Brian Dickens down low, trying to get underneath that 91. Good exit by Grimm off of turn number 4. Grimm into 1 and 2. Looking good in the 91. Brian Dickens, P2. Randy Shreves, Donald Ingram in the 10 car. Chris Cox rounds out your top 5 in heat number 1, followed by Brandon Wright, Luke Hines, David Tormachi in the 313. Up front, Grimm, Dickens, holding kind of a steady distance between the two. Looks like they got a little bit of room. Matt Grimm running the bottom in that 91 machine. Randy Shreves currently in P3. Everybody kind of nose to tail. I'm looking at Matt Grimm, Clayton. He's got a little bit of different exit than everybody else. Off of turn 4.
Yeah, he seems to leave the bottom a little bit sooner than everybody else. Everybody else kind of wrapping it around. He's kind of hitting mid-corner and then all the way up to the wall, really carrying that momentum very well, as we see him pulling away from the 122 right now.
Matt Grimm coming to 2 to go. Wyobe Racing at the front of the field. Brian Dickens, P2. Randy Shreves, P3. Donald Ingram, P4. Go on board with Dickens, see if we can't see with 1 to go. Dickens, slider. Can't get quite the exit that Grimm gets. Coming off of 4, heat number 1. Matt Grimm for the win. Dickens second, Shreves third, Ingram fourth, Chris Cox fifth. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Caden Berry, Anthony Marfulio on the front row. Kurt Schatzer, Jeffrey Kemper in row 2. Michael Vitale, Samuel Buckman in row number 3. James Ingram and Joseph Grandy round out your field of 8 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Restart is on leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard. Race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. So, New Hampshire front row. Anthony Marfulio and Caden Berry. I believe they actually race or did race at one time in the same division or something. I can't remember. They used to be a team.
Yeah, I was talking to Anthony Marfulio after the modified race, and Caden Berry was next to talk to me. He was telling me they used to have Caden as a developmental driver for his team of some sort. I don't exactly remember, but I heard developmental driver was Caden Berry for Anthony Marfulio. That's really cool to see those guys here on track right now together.
Those two cats have been around together on Friday Night Lights for a long time, since the beginning, actually. That would kind of be interesting to see how they found out about Friday Night Lights, but we're sure glad they did. Kurt Schatzer up to P3. That's my teammate. He pulls up to the rear tail tank of that 238. Schatzer running the middle. Watch the 181 of Jeffrey Kemper. He can get it done in a sprint car. Caden Berry's leaving the field in the 12 car. No pressure from behind with Marfulio. Kurt Schatzer dives the 18 down low. Doesn't slide up. He keeps it down there. Marfulio with a good run off the top of 4. It is Schatzer at the line. Kurt Schatzer keeping the 18 down low. Got the 238 to his outside. Caden Berry, as you can see, checking out on the field. It looks like the race is going to be for P2. Schatzer and Marfulio, lap 5 of 8. Those two putting on a great show. Jeff Kemper in the 181, waiting for those two to make a mistake. And the 181 could capitalize on that. Samuel Bachman, Michael Vitale in the 213 is back there. James Ingram, Joseph Grandy did not make the grid. Up front, the youngster out of New Hampshire, slider line out of 4, running away with it. Anthony Marfulio, P2. Kurt Schatzer, P3. Jeffrey Kemper, P4. So we're going to have, if all goes as planned, the white flag is out, we're going to have an all YOB front row. Berry to the bottom of 1 and 2. 2 more corners to navigate. The youngster slider line coming out of turn 4. Good exit. It will be Berry, Marfulio. Schatzer gave it a run on the bottom. Kemper, Vitale, your top 5.
Joseph Grandy looks like he had a connection issue. Back in now, that should be a good feature show, watching him get through the field to the front.
3 minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
When people hear Till Valhalla Project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, 2 words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place our fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sprint cars out on track. Let's take a look and see who's at the top of the board. Joseph Grandy, Caden Berry at the top of the board. As warm-ups have ended. Didn't look like they beat up the track too much there, Clayton. So we're looking for a better feature. Feature to the grid, please.
Yeah, I see the middle kind of slicked away both ends. That's going to make for 2 lanes of racing and some really good slide jobs in these sprint cars. We should have a really good feature up.
There is your lineup. All right, leader. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. All starts on leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 25 or 30 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. All right, so here we go. I'm taking the 122 of Brian Dickens. I got to do it. Brian Dickens rolling off the inside of road number 2. You can't count out the 238 of Anthony Marfulio. He's a prior sprint car champion, but that front row is going to be tough.
That's who I'm going to go with. I got the 238 of Anthony, going to get it done.
Oh, green flag is out. 91 of Matt Grimm to the lead. Caden Berry, P2. Brian Dickens dives to the bottom. He's got Randy Shreves with him and Donald Ingram. Dickens underneath the 238. Slider coming, line from the 238. It is Marfulio. Caden Berry, it looked like, makes the pass for the lead on his teammate. Matt Grimm returns the favor. 91 back to the point. Slide job coming. Gets to the outside. Berry down to the bottom in turn number 1 and 2. He'll stick the landing. Matt Grimm with the crossover. We could see this all race long. Berry on the high side. Matt Grimm slides up to the outside. 91 and 12 car. Wyoming boys breaking away from the field. Anthony Marfulio in the 238 settles into P3. Brian Dickens, Randy Shreves back there with him. Oh, that was close. I'm not sure what happened up front. Caden Berry got a little bit sideways. Grimm will not slide. Berry to the point in the 12 car. Anthony Marfulio, Randy Shreves, Kurt Schatzer, Brian Dickens. Good show. Chris Cox on the bottom in the 515 underneath the 181 of Jeffrey Kemper. Donald Ingram battling it out with Michael Vitale. Good race so far. We are nose to tail. A few cars ducking out of line. Up front, Caden Berry. The Wyoming boys are not done yet. Matt Grimm runs the slider line, falls in line behind that 12 car. Anthony Marfulio in P3, now under attack from Randy Shreves, a 2-time Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights Sprint Car champion. Randy Shreves currently second in the points. He needs to get up there and make some ground up on the youngster out of New Hampshire. That is the 12th car of Caden Berry. Berry looking for another great night in points in that 12 car. Matt Grimm, P2. Anthony Marfulio, P3. Top 2, breaking away from the field. Kurt Schatzer in the 18 car. He's moved up 2. He gets past his teammate, Brian Dickens, into 122. Put Kurt Schatzer up to P4. Schatzer now sets his sights on the 238 of Anthony Marfulio. Randy Shreves in the 56 back there. Jeffrey Kemper, P7. Chris Cox, everyone getting in line. Looks like, oh, Grandy running a slider line. He slid out into the outside wall. Bachman and Brandon Wright, the 22 of Wright. Yikes, not quite enough room. Holds it down off of the James Bond 007. Up front, Barry concentrating, setting his lines, hitting his marks every time, putting a gap between himself and his teammate. Next time by, we will be halfway. Wyobe drivers, Caden Barry and Matt Graham getting it done at the front of the field. They're about to come up on lap traffic. "40 car, those are the leaders behind you, sir. 40 car, those are the leaders. Hold your line." Caden Barry and Matt Graham breaking away from the field. Anthony Marfulio is the first car behind those two. Now Randy Shreves is making a move. Shreves making a move underneath the 122 of Dickens. Dickens dives down low in the 122, kind of run the middle there. As Kurt Schatzer pulls up to the tail tank of the 238, looking for a podium. The 18 car right to the rear tail tank of the 238. Schatzer dives it down low. Coming off a turn 4, crossover from Marfulio. It will be Schatzer at the line. 238 of Marfulio slider, crossover coming from the 18. Kurt Schatzer will slide to the outside. The two make contact. Schatzer loses his roof. And it comes back. It comes back. The two make contact. Schatzer is around. What a great first run. Let's take a look. Schatzer in the 18 car. I have no doubt he could have driven that thing without a wing, but here we go. Schatzer coming out of turn 4. Marfulio in the 238.
Ooh. Anthony Marfulio comes down. Kurt Schatzer holds a smooth line there. Anthony comes down off the top.
The wing goes away on the 18 and reappears at some point. I'm not sure where, but it does reappear. There it is. Marfulio with the slider. Schatzer trying to cross over. Oh, Marfulio comes down off the wall into the 18.
And I just loaded into a race car for some reason. Definitely not what I intend to do tonight.
So, Caden Barry and Matt Grimm at the front of the field. Their lead is all but gone. We will extend the caution here. Wyobe Racing has been on a tear in Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Must be something in the water. Thank you, Jay, out there. Thrilling Friday night. Thank you for the comment. Welcome to the show. Leader, once the pace truck comes back out, close up just a little bit on the pace truck, please. Caden Barry, Matt Grimm at the front of the field. Anthony Marfulio, P3. Brian Dickens, 4. Randy Shreves, 5. Jeffrey Kemper, 6. Chris Cox, 7. Joseph Grandy in 8th. Take a good look at the Wyobe boys. For all of our fans, I'm not sure how many we have tuned in from down in the Australia, which is where Wyobe Racing comes from. If you have tuned in, Greatly appreciated, and your team is putting on an amazing show at the front of the field. All your sponsors we hear from every week. Greatly appreciate everyone tuning in. Special thanks to those of you down under. I'm not real sure what time it is, but greatly appreciated.
I think it's about noonish over there.
Noon in Australia. Well, their team is up front. Looks like it would be Saturday at noon. Great time to sit back and watch.
1:22 p.m. over there right now.
Australian/New Zealand team put on a show at Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Caden Berry at the front of the field. Matt Grimm. Uh-oh, here we go. Slide job coming from the 91 of Grimm. Berry into the wall a little bit. It will be Berry at the line, nose to nose on lap 22 of 30. Good line by Berry. Hits the wall on exit. Yikes. Matt Grimm, Caden Berry, both down low. Contact. Can Berry recover? Matt Grimm to the point in the 91. Teammates made contact. Berry's going to fall back to P4. He went from P1 to P4. Teammates getting after it. Now Matt Grimm opens up a lead over Brian Dickens in the 122. Caden Berry fighting back in that 12 car. 12 car coming back to the front of the field. He slides the 56 of Randy Shreves. Side by side. Shreves is not going to let him get down to the bottom, but Berry back up to P3, the youngster from New Hampshire, fighting back to get back to the front. Brian Dickens in the 122 between him and his teammate, Matt Grimm, who has checked out on the field. Berry up to the rear tail tank of the 122. This may be the story of the race on lap 26 of 30. Brian Dickens in between Caden Berry and his teammate, the 91. Ohio driver, Matt Grimm at the front of the field. North Carolina driver, Brian Dickens, P2. New Hampshire driver, Caden Berry in the 12 car in P3. Berry, slide job coming. Going to be a crossover from the 122. Caution comes out. Kurt Schatzer involved. Boy, there's a lot of excitement at the front of the field. Schatzer working the high side. One coming up, one coming down. So as you heard, no penalty. What a show at the front of the field. Matt Grimm did not want to bring that 12 car of Caden Berry back to his rear bumper. He's got his hands full. He's got Brian Dickens, Caden Berry, Randy Shreves, Jeff Kemper. The field is stacked on lap 29 of 30. These drivers are not going to have much time to get it done. Lights should go off on the pace truck this time by. Lights are off on the pace truck. We will go green on lap 28 of 30. We should have 2 laps. Looks like that outside cushion is getting super rough. This is going to be interesting. Here we go. Pace truck is off. Leaving the field to the 91. YLB driver Matt Grimm. Hammer Down Racing, Brian Dickens in P2. YOB driver Caden Berry in P3. Matt Grimm with the restart. Gaps the field a little bit. Randy Shreves goes to the bottom. Shreves is looking to make a move. Falls back in line behind Berry. Dickens going down low. Dickens is going to give the middle a try. Falls in line. No one has anything for the 91. Coming. This is the last lap. Matt Grimm, 2 more corners to navigate for the 91. Coming off a turn 4 slider. Dickens keeps it down low. The battle is going to be for third. Grimm will win. Brian Dickens, P2. Caden Berry, P3. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. We will get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. All right, drivers, I can make that work. Don't forget to go up for your interviews. What a show to close the night. Matt Grimm, Brian Dickens, Caden Berry. What an amazing way to end the night. Quality racing. We will get a word with... you want to grab Caden when he comes in, Clayton?
Yes, sir. I sure will. Here he is. Caden Berry, this is Clayton up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, I told you the weather wasn't going to stick around for everybody. Got a clean race in the sprint cars where you really shine. Drop back 1, saw a little bit of teammate contact there as we got down towards the last few laps. Man, what happened there coming off of 4?
I don't know. It just got really tight, and wish that didn't happen. I mean, I had the run, and he just slipped up in front of me and just gave me the right rear. But it's all right. I'm sure it was an accident. You know, like I said, it's just all close racing.
Yeah, definitely. Every ounce of momentum you guys can carry in these 305s could win or cost you. So you still got it done. Brought home a podium, man. How'd you do it out there?
I just had to run the outside, and at the beginning of the race, I just ran the slider line. I was pretty comfortable with that for a minute, and seeing the track was just getting a lot slicker, and just decided to move up on the outside because I seen the cushion starting to build up, and when I had bigger runs on the outside around the cushion on Matt and where I wanted to stay, and got around him, and think I would have won if we didn't get in that contact there. But at the end of the day, it was still a good race and got a podium.
Yeah, man, another solid points night finish for you. Not sure if you're aware, but there is a planned, they're saying about June, the June or July big update for the sim. We're supposed to have all sorts of content coming for dirt, new track format, and the dirt's supposed to be getting reworked. Tire wear is going to be a real thing, man. I know you do it in the real world. Hopefully they can nail it, get you a real good cushion, because man, you're one of the best up there. But overall, man, still a podium finish. Can't wait to see what you got coming up in the last few weeks here for this season, man. Who do you got to thank on that 12 car?
Want to thank Team Wyobi and Sean Stevens for asking me to be a part of their race program. Can't thank my mom and dad enough for all they do for my racing, not only the sim but real life as well. Also want to thank my great grandmother Cece and my Grammy Ryder. They never miss a race, whether it's on here or 6 hours, during the summer. And also want to thank the Marcoux family and just everyone who supports my racing. And want to also thank the sim sponsors here of Cataclysm Computers, CNC Racing Designs, Speed Factory, LCJ Carpentry, and Stingray Rock Tools Australia, and you and Joe.
Ready, bud. Well, congratulations on another podium. Keep building those points, buddy. Hopefully we'll talk to you next Friday.
Yep. Have a good weekend.
You as well, buddy.
Brian Dickens brings the 122 home, P2. He moved up 1 from his start. Brian, this is Joe. You got me?
Got you, Joe.
Man, that was a good race. You had your hands full with those Wyobi boys. You were the meat in the middle of that sandwich, man. Do you have anything for Sean or for Matt Grimm?
No, man, I'm just struggling to hang on. Tough to make speed in these 305s, to me.
Man, you and I had a long conversation this afternoon. I'm looking at the front end of your car, and man, I'm going to tell you, that caster almost had me today, man. So that talk about flying you out here to California, maybe you can come out when we run with the World of Outlaw guys. We're doing that twice this year. So, yeah, man, I think we got it right. Those of you out there that don't know, Brian and I have been together for, gosh darn, probably going on 3 years now. He's part of the Hammer Down Racing team. Brian, man, I appreciate you coming out and running with us, man. And I appreciate the friendship and all the advice that you have given. You put the 122 on a podium. Man, who do you want to thank for your drive to a podium finish?
Well, got to thank the Hammer Down Racing team, Brandon, Kurt, and some guy named Joe Halter. The Dirt Track Bank, of course, GY6RE and Racing Network, and everybody behind the scenes to help put this thing on, and of course all the racers that come out and race with us every week. It's made one heck of a league to run in.
Yeah, man, those of you that don't know, when we first started talking about a league, Brian, that must have been about 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Man, it was sketchy at times, and now here we are at the end of the deal, right? We're gonna wrap up here in week 13, but we do have some special stuff planned for possibly next winter. So, man, for the past 3 years, I greatly appreciate all your support for sure.
And you, Joe, for putting this on every week. It's an amazing task to take on. Thanks.
Yeah, man. We'll see you in California with a caster gauge in your hand.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. Have a good weekend.
You too.
All right, man. Clayton, you got our winner.
Yes, sir, I do. Matt Grimm, this is Clayton up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got it.
Man, start on the pole, finish on the pole, finish on the pole. God, I've only had one beer and I'm already slurring. But man, great sprint car race for you there. Saw a little bit of contact with your teammate coming off of 4. Got his side of it, man. What'd you see there coming off of 4?
Well, I mean, when he got around me there, he was just up against the wall, and I didn't want to go up there because I wasn't going to get yelled at about it. So I just kind of tried making the bottom work a little bit too long and let him get out there. And I just kind of rode behind him and tried working on things. This car was super loose, and I just kept trying to play with it. Ended up losing a bunch of ground to it, which is I knew I was never going to make it up in a 305. So I just kept searching and hoping for a caution. The entire time I was like, man, if I was out there in the lead, there would be 30 cautions, but he's out there and I ain't even going to get a shot. But luckily we got one and got to trade some more sliders. And he went down. He decided late to go down for the block, in my opinion. And I mean, he knew where I was going. And it looks like he kind of just cooked it in the corner a little hard and got into the wall. But it was good, tight racing and still clean racing between us. And just glad we could come out with a win. Sucks he didn't get second, but a first and third is still pretty good for Wyobe.
Yeah, man. 2 on the podium, can't complain. I gotta know. I know you can move the wing back and forth without giving away your secret sauce there in the car. How much are you moving around with that wing during the race? Are you doing it on cautions? Are you doing it down straightaways? I'm not a sprint car guy, man, but I know you can adjust them.
Hold on, let me get my notebook out. Hold on.
Yeah, let me hit record real quick. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't move it much, especially in 305, and I had it all the way forward there for most of that race. And that last caution, I was like, man, I gotta try something with how loose this is, and I just clicked it back a notch right before we went green, and it seemed to help out a lot.
All the way forward. Okay. Alrighty. That's saved, man. Who do you got to thank on that 91 for another win?
I got to thank all the guys at Wyobe, especially Sean and Lockie and all the guys who do a lot for the team, and all the guys over at Catalysm Computers, CNC Race Designs, Speed Factory, LCJ Carpentry, and Stingray Rock Tools Australia.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on another win, brother. Wish you the best of success here in the last few weeks. And hopefully we're talking to you again next Friday.
So, man, I got a question real quick. So, Matt, you talked about the 305 sprint cars, and you've heard Clayton and I dropping hints about this coming up winter. We hope that all the drivers are a little adept at 360 sprint cars, maybe. I'm not sure why I made that statement, but we're about to retire the 305 sprint cars, I think, after week 13. And Clayton and I are also talking about open setup racing. So we're not going to be done after week 13 of this year. We just going to have a real good winter program coming up. We'll actually release more as it comes close, but I share your pain with 305 sprint cars. We're going to see what we can't do to improve on that. I'll say that.
All right, sounds good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good 305 race. It's just, I mean, everyone's so equal. You got to really be hitting your marks every lap to be fast, and I don't know. I like being able to move around and not being so momentum based, you know.
Yeah, man, you're going to be able to move around all right. And I can't wait if yeah, more to come.
Can't wait.
All right, man. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Clayton, that's a good way to end the night right there. Those boys put on a great show. Any last thoughts?
Oh, I'm gonna put these notes into a setup and see what I got now in a sprint car. But
Well, if you do
I'll
that,
be just as bad.
If you do that, make sure you share that with me.
Of course. But reverse the caster and let her eat. But hopefully, like I said, like we mentioned before, man, hopefully this thing just keeps on building. Super excited for what's coming up, what we're going to reveal. But these guys are some of the coolest dudes to be around. They put in a lot of effort into the league and make sure it's up on all fours at all times. We had great racing again tonight. Can't thank each and every one of the drivers enough for that. But hopefully rolling into week, I don't even know what week we're on coming up next. It's just as good.
Coming up. So here's a question. Speaking of week 11, you got something exciting coming up Tuesday night. Would you like to speak about that for a moment?
Yeah, so season 2, we have our next Tuesday night. We have season 2 of the Outlaw Racing League debuting. We've gone from not really boring, because even though it was only 11, 12 drivers, it was 11 or 12 of the best. But we have right now, we're looking at about a 30-car field. 358 modifieds, Pro Lates, and Big Block modifieds, all open setups. Individual weekly payouts and all sorts of goodies for the drivers to earn each and every Tuesday night, as well as points championships for the end of the year. That's kicking off this coming Tuesday, so can't wait to have that start. I've been pulling my hair out with this driver tracker and tracking payments and moving money around and everything just to make sure everything's accounted for, but it's all going to be worth it Tuesday night when we take the green flag.
Yeah, man. If you can drop that info of where that's going to be broadcast into the Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights Facebook page and our Discord, for those of you out there that would like to tune in and watch all the action, I got to tell you that the Outlaw Racing League has some of the best on the sim. It is something else to behold. So, Clayton, if you could drop that info, all the fans out there tuning in, make sure you check out our Facebook page, Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights, and our Discord. If you need an invite, just shoot us a message. We'll get you an invite. The more information, Clayton, you can get out, I'd love to see their 100 audience or so for your new league, man. So congratulations on a successful first season, and really looking for great reports of this second season. So, man, great job by you, my friend. And yeah, that's all I got for tonight. So everybody out there, greatly appreciate everyone tuning in. And until next week, week 11, we will be back on the air wherever you're watching. We broadcast on 5 different channels, 2 Facebook, 2 YouTube, and Twitch. So greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. Just got a message that we had 100 messages tonight on Restream here. So greatly appreciate all the interaction from the fans. And until next week, greatly appreciate everyone tuning in, and we'll see ya.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time.
1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far. I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.